Hi everyone, it's Monica with Scrap Saturdays. How are you? I think it's a Sunday, and I tried to do this video for a few days, but as you can see, it's lovely weather out here, and so I think in the summertime it's always a little bit harder to escape and get my stuff done. So right off the bat, I'm hoping that it's not too much background noise. I mean, I know my neighbor's dog, I hid mine, but my neighbor's dog is outside and he's barking up a storm, and yep, I don't know if you can pick that up or if you can hear it, but I'm not going to worry so much. But yeah, so right off the bat, Nancy, cheers to you, my lovely. This is a Wicked cup that my sister-in-law Marlene gave to me, and it's part of our, I think it was our Scrap Saturdays when we get together. It was one of our little treats, and it says, "Girl, you look good." So this is to you, Nancy. Cheers, my lovely. Yep, that's some vodka cranberry. And I hope it's like noontime, or if not, maybe my neighbors will think I'm crazy. But let's see. So I tried to do a little bit of a different background here, and my house is kind of noisy inside too, so who knows? We'll just go for it, right? So the first question is, why did you start your channel, and why did you start doing process videos? I started my channel maybe 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago in March, and I was heavenly, jeez. I only had one sip. I was, let's see, let's put my girlfriend here to help me out. I was heavily influenced by a lot of mini albums. Like I had told you in one of my other videos when I did a voiceover, I did a lot of Marian Smith, and I did a lot of Kathy on YouTube, Paper Phenomenon. I did a lot of those kind of mini albums, which I really loved. I loved the look of them and whatnot. And so process videos just became a way of me kind of saying, hey, you know, look what I can do, because I appreciated so much of what I saw. So I thought, why not? Why not just, you know, make a video and show you what I could do? And you know, it worked out really nicely. I think just like everyone else said, I mean, at first I didn't have the right camera angles, I didn't have a tripod or anything fancy like that, so there was a lot of struggle with that, and a lot of struggle to be perfect. Like, I guess by the time I stumbled upon, you know, Tracy, who is Mercy Tiara, then I thought, whoa, you know, here's someone who knows, you know, what she's doing. And so you kind of almost fall into that trap of like, how do I make my videos, you know, better, or not better than hers, but like hers, so that people could, you know, get the same vibe as, you know, decent quality. And, you know, my husband is very supportive, so he always tried to keep me up with the current stuff. And I think he even got me like a webcam type camera, but just the lag on it and everything. So in the beginning it was just very sporadic. And I did start doing process videos for another very honest reason, and I know I've been watching a few of your response videos, and I know that it is such a wonderful high, and for lack of better words, to get a comment back. And not only am I getting a comment back from, you know, a random person, which I don't like to call any of you random, my friends on YouTube, but you're getting a comment back from someone who A, understands the craft, and B, wants to be inspired by what you do. So their opinion, or your comments and your opinions, are so greatly appreciated, because you totally understand what an ATG gun is, what, you know, cutting up a piece of paper feels like, what stamping something in the right spot feels like, just that euphoric feeling. And so when your comments come back, it's very, very addictive. It's nice to go on and say, you know, thank you so much. You know, whether you like it or not, in the end, I always say it's still, you know, my project, but I do get such a rush from reading, you know, your comments and what you think about, or how you feel about, you know, my layout. So yeah, that's number one. Number two is, what is your scrapping style at the moment, and how has it changed? My style has changed crazy. I mean, we all started out with the same, I think, what's that thing? Creative Memories class that I went to. And you know, very like, you know, a photo over here, a sticker over here, and very spacious, you know, kind of nothing was gathered to the center. So now everything is very layered. Everything is very embellished, and I went from 12 by 12, I've done mini albums, I've altered pieces for my home. So I think my style has changed throughout whatever I feel inspired to do, or just even learning about myself and just learning what makes me happy and what feels good on the page. So my style right now is very patterned, very layered, and very hodgy-podgy, full. And I like that. It makes me very happy. I love watching, people who make layouts that are so clean and neat, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to just put one thing there. It almost feels empty to me, and I have tried, but I wouldn't say I'm mixed media. I dabble a little bit in the mists and stuff like that, but I'm not a mixed media type person. At least I don't think I am. I don't feel like that. But yeah, the 12 by 12 to the 8.5 by 11 has been probably the most significant change now that I can say for me in scrapbooking. So I'm loving it. I just love how much faster it is and how much more use I can get out of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. There are some times where there's a nice pattern on that 12 by 12 that, pauses me for a second and I feel bad cutting it up. But overall, it's not bad. Take another sip. So, number 3. What project have you what project have you been meaning to start for a while now? Sorry if the sun, I have to look at that dot, right, so you can see me. What project have you been meaning to start for a while now? I don't really want to start any more projects. I just want to do what I'm already doing, and I think that's sort of, getting into that work-life balance and scrapbooking and work and life. So I am still a working mama, and I say that with, all respect to everybody. I do have an outside job that requires, significant amount of time from me, and right now that's where I need to be, especially because I want my kids to have a better education than I did, and I want them to have a better future, and I love the lifestyle that I live, and that includes being able to buy scrapbooking supplies. So family is first and foremost, but work is essential. So I don't want to lie to you and say, money doesn't matter or work doesn't matter. Everything matters in life, and everything has to have its balance. And so for right now, to be, truthfully and honest, work has to come first because I'm young and I'm strong enough to work and I'm able to work. I'm blessed that I can move my body and go to work. So that's got to be something said for that. And so I don't want to start any more projects that I don't feel that cause me that thing that I've told you about. I don't want to feel guilty when I scrapbook. And when I say that, it means, you don't put too much on your plate because then you feel guilty for throwing it away or you feel guilty for not finishing it, right? And so that comes with a balance of trying to say, well, why do we put guilt on ourselves? Why do we as human beings say, why do I feel guilty for something or feel guilty that I did not do? And so it's kind of a twofold. I'll probably come back to this again at the last question, but yeah, I don't want to start any projects. I just want to continue with whatever I'm doing now. So if I'm in the mood to do a layout, then it's an 8.5 by 11 layout that I'm going to do. And if I'm in the mood to do a full mini album, then that's what I'd like to do. But I'd like to complete it because I do have a little bit of a stigma before, and that's all about growing and learning, where I'd start something and not finish. And I do have plenty of unfinished projects that, to be honest, they're out of my flavor. Like, I don't feel like doing them anymore. So I don't know if I would necessarily go back to that. So, yep, that was number 3. Let's see, number 4. I'm already laughing because this question just makes me laugh my head off. What collection would you save from your burning craft room, new and old, or what collections do you wish you still owned? I need a big sip before we have this one. Hang on. I hope you're still with me, Nancy, because geez, I don't even know what the papers are called. How many times have you watched my video and I'm like, guys, I don't know what paper collection this is. I don't know where this came from. And sometimes I even have to, like, my last video, I'm like, this is the Purple Rain kit, and I still had to look at the strip or the manufacturer. I'm like, I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. I kind of de-zone. I don't have enough memory. I don't know how many gigabytes my brain has. I don't know. I have no clue what my favorite anything is. All I have to say is that I'm an old traditional type gal. I do like the wood grain paper, so I would save that. Let me see. My craft room was burning. Jeez. My favorite paper, and don't make fun of me because it is true, is the Mariposa paper from Die Cuts with a View. I love butterflies and glitter, and I think they started the gold trend. Ha! So I really love that collection, and I've always used it for a lot of stuff. And I still have a full 12 by 12, and like I think it's a 4 by 6 paper pad of that collection, and I love it. So yeah, I don't know. Craft market, sorry. Crepe paper. All papers are beautiful. I think all papers have their angle, their design for somebody, and so if I could, I'd save it all. Number 5, what paper in your stash do you regret buying? I've said this before hundreds of times. I don't like thin patterned paper. Why? I don't know, because I'm too aggressive with paper and I like it to be thick. I think that's why I don't even cut up my little layering squares, because I like to know that there's bulk underneath there, you know what I mean? So I don't like thin patterned papers. And do I regret buying anything? Sure. Just like everyone else, you regret buying, you know, anything that was just on sale just to build up your stash, right? Just to build it up when you're fresh and young and new, and when you don't know what you're doing just because you think you want it. So yeah, I regret that, but not so much. I'm not a very regretful person. I think, like I told you with my other explanation, we have to be responsible for the choices that we make. And I think the older that we get, you know, it's true to say that people are enablers, or when you see haul videos and stuff like that, I think we need to really be realistic as to, one, what your budget is. Let's be honest, right? We have bills to pay, all of us do. And 2, you know, what your style is. And it's okay to say, you know, I don't like that piece of paper, or I don't need to have that whole collection, right? It doesn't go with, you know, themes. Like, you're not going to buy airplane paper if you're not going on an airplane, or you're not going to buy, you know, like what I heard from people from Australia, yeah, they don't get snow, so snowflake paper really doesn't translate for them. Exactly. So, I mean, there has to be some sort of responsibility to, like, don't cause yourself regret now. I mean, we live and we learn, right? So if you regretted it, then we move past that. So, number 6, where do you want to take your channel in the next year? Do I need a sip for this? I need a sip for this. All right. Where do I want to take my channel in the next year? I don't know. I have no idea. There are some times where, sincerely, I feel like giving up because it takes so much time to record. I don't have a camcorder type recorder, so I use my camera, and it only gives me 12 minutes of recording. 12 minutes of recording, and sometimes I look up at my viewfinder and I find that it's stopped recording, and I get turned off by it. Or, you know, as much as we want to say that we're comfortable with it, but sometimes you want to try something new, and you get a little bit, you know, camera shy, or you shy away from trying something, or you shy away from, you know, being your true self. And I don't like that, because a hobby has to be something that comes from your heart. A hobby has to be something personal and sensitive, which, you know, we're so lucky that we have found each other on YouTube and that we are blessed with each other, and I get all that, but it's still personal. I still think you feel a little bit of stage fright when you're working with the camera. So, you know, then there's the uploading to my computer from my little memory card, right? That takes a few hours. And then there's the uploading to my iMovie, and that takes a few more hours. And then there's the editing, takes a few more hours. And then there's the choice that I've been making in the last 6 months. You know, do I do my voiceovers or do I do it live? Because then there's another thing that I have to look forward to. So sometimes I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. As much as I love the whole process of it, I don't think that sometimes it fits into the lifestyle that I live right now. And so for the next year, I'm going to keep plugging away with what I've been doing, which is not putting so much pressure on myself to fulfill and really, really do so many videos, but to come up with the quality videos that I feel in my heart that I'd like to share with you, whether that be a live one, which I love doing. The live ones are my favorite. I know they're a little bit longer than my voiceover ones, and that makes me a little bit sad for those who cannot watch them, but for the ones who do, or even for myself, those are my favorite, and they're probably the best time management one for me too. So, you know, in the next year, I just want to keep doing exactly what I've done and not put any more stress on myself, but I love it. I have so much fun with it, so I'm just gonna see where my channel takes me. Basically let my channel lead me a little bit, and sort of, you know, sometimes I let go a little bit, but once I'm retired, I don't know if we'll all still be together, but that would be so fun, eh? To see each other, like, you know, 20 years from now. It'd be awesome. Number 7, who would you love to collaborate with on a Scrapper? Oh, let's see. Who would you love to collaborate with on a Scrapper YouTube challenge? And that's number 7, right? It's the last one. The first person who ever reached out to me was Jen. Hi, Jen. From, oh yeah, it's Jen for the Studio 6 Creations, and my heart was beating. I was so excited. I thought, oh my gosh, you want me to do it? Oh yeah, sure. I mean, great. And at first I didn't know, like I said in that video, I didn't know how I would feel having someone prompt me and tell me, you know, this is what we're kind of, you know, this is our theme or whatnot. And it turned out awesome. I had a blast doing it, and it was so fun seeing what everyone else's idea was from it. I have no problems collaborating with anybody. I mean, I'd feel honored with anyone, especially you, Nancy. I mean, you're the most genuine, fun, loving person out here, and I'm not surprised that you started this tag, and I'm not surprised that you're getting, you know, this much response. And, you know, I do understand what you say when you're, you know, what does YouTube mean, or where are you at? You kind of felt out of the loop, or, you know, there is always that, you know, the stardom part where you think one YouTuber is getting the edge, or going a little bit higher, a little bit faster, and you feel that you want to catch up to that, right? Like, let's be honest, and maybe that's where the answers come from, but I think all in all, we have great respect here on YouTube, right? We have an understanding that this is your style and this is my style, and a little bit of your style comes over to my style, and then all of a sudden, you know, more magic is made, right? More scrapbooking pages are done that are absolutely phenomenal. So I think that I hope that we continue with this type of friendship that we've built here with each other, and we're still learning, and there's still new subscribers coming out, and there's still, you know, so much going on. But yes, Nancy, thank you so much. Like, you are a gem. I you know, my whole family knows you, right? Like, my husband will be, you know, oh, he watched your video where you did the tag thing. I was watching it in bed after work, and, you know, too bad I couldn't get out of bed and make myself a drink with you, but it was just so nice to hear you, and it's so nice to always hear what you say and what you feel, and just what you're doing, not in a sense of being nosy, but almost in a sense of saying, no, hey girl, are you okay? You know, are you doing okay? Because we hear you, we feel you, we know how you feel, and so, yeah, this is where we're at. Yeah, and I have to say, the next thing that I'm going to say is that, Moira, yes, phenomenal person who truthfully does great comments, and always does leave us the best love here on YouTube. I know my neighbor's cutting the grass now, so that's pretty good, right? It's going to make me cut this off, but to everyone who subscribes and everyone who does anything, you guys are awesome. So okay, just hang on. Yeah, so I got kicked out of my own backyard. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that does everything, and I didn't know if I was going to get really cut off by my neighbor and cutting his grass. So the woes of living next door to people. Why can't we all live alone? I'm just kidding. I saved my drink. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for everything. Just like I say, I hope that you're all inspired by what I do. I hope that you are, I don't know, just like I always say, just do whatever makes you happy. feel happy in the sense of everything that you do, and just find your niche and find what it is that you need. And I am grateful to all of you. I'm grateful to everyone that puts up a video and encourages me to do my best. And I am grateful for my subscribers and for everything. So yeah, thanks Nancy so much for doing this challenge for us and for starting this up, and hopefully I can, you know, amalgamate these two together. Anyway, cheers Nancy, take care.